This is Maurice Jones-Drew, and you're listening to the What's Bruin Show.
California, here we come.
The bare minimum.
Go, Golden Bed.
Berkeley is actually really great.
Suck it, Stanford.
I can't wait to go back. I'm building such a community there.
Golden Bed. Golden Bed. Golden Bed.
Suck it, Stanford. Welcome to the bare minimum.
Hello, and welcome to the bare minimum. I am your host, Jake Merrifield. I'm joined by my wonderful daughter, Megan Merrifield, getting ready to go back up to Cal Berkeley tomorrow. This is the eve of your return for spring semester. Careful, don't unplug that thing, Megan. How are you doing tonight, sweetheart?
I'm doing pretty good, bro.
Are you ready to go?
For the most part, yeah.
Sorry, I'm plugging something in there. Okay, well, I mean, like, for the most part, you're leaving tomorrow at like 10, you think, right?
Yeah. So
And
I have some time to pack up and work out.
Oh, yeah, work out. You've been doing good working out, haven't you?
Yeah, this week, well, okay, I got pretty ambitious and I've been working out every single day for the most part this entire month of winter break. So I think now I'm getting kind of tired. So I've been doing like really light stuff the last few days, but I've still been doing
But you've been
stuff.
doing like 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week,
Yeah,
kicking butt.
yeah,
Are you able to continue kicking butt when you get to Berkeley?
I think so.
That's good.
I think I at least want to go to the gym, even if I'm not doing lots of heavy lifting.
In your apprehension
Every
about
time.
going, quote unquote, going to the gym is fading away a little bit.
Well, I say that now. Well, part of it is I was scared because I didn't feel confident using barbells by myself.
But you have a gym
Now-
buddy,
Well,
sorta.
sort of. She flakes about 75% of the time, but when she's there, it's very nice.
But that 25%, you get a good workout.
Yeah, and I'm technically in a workout club.
Oh, that's right.
So I'll have that at least once a week. But
Well, that's good.
the big weight room is just scary because there's a lot of like annoying like
Bros.
muscle bros in there.
Does Cal have
and they're-
bros?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my gosh.
They're really annoying.
I think bros are just on campus. It's all right. No. Your brother's
Yeah.
a bro.
Yeah, but
Your
they're
dad's a
like
bro.
STEM muscle bros who are really pretentious and like.
Yeah. Oh, that's-
ugh.
yeah.
Yeah.
You did get into a Taekwondo class.
Yes, I
we
did.
figured out, right? So that's kind of cool.
Taekwondo too.
Taekwondo too. So
yeah.
you were looking for your gi earlier, or your little outfit for Taekwondo.
Uh-huh.
Your
My
Taekwondo
uniform.
uniform. Okay, it's not a gi. I guess not a gi because it doesn't fold over. That's true. Yeah, that would be like
Yeah.
a judo thing. Anyways,
Or we only had that for the test days.
yeah,
All the other days you could just wear a t-shirt and then your official pants.
yeah. Okay, but you actually are a certified third-degree black belt in Taekwondo
Yes, I am.
as
I
of
am-
when you were like 14.
I am 6 years out of practice, but I did
Yes.
do it for about 10 years of my life. Yes.
Yes. So, but we were looking for your Taekwondo uniform and you couldn't find it. I said, might be a good thing to maybe get reacquainted into the practice of actually doing Taekwondo before you walk in there with a black belt.
Absolutely.
You think so?
Yes.
I think that'd probably be good for your,
Yes,
I think
so.
that'd probably be good.
I'm
Yeah.
already going to go into
Let's be humble.
my-
And then hopefully they're not doing live sparring because you probably get a black guy or something.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of doubt it. It's like
It seems pretty friendly.
it's gonna be like a
It's
rec class, right?
Yeah, and like the first level is like completely introductory, so
Yeah.
they're assuming that you know absolutely nothing. And so like
Hey.
the second level is like intermediate, but
This
still
is
kind
your
of beginner
dad's strategy of
intermediate.
success, right? You know, take on tasks that you're overqualified for and then knock them out of the park and look really cool.
Yeah, well, I am not going to do that at my stupid carry-on audition. I'm like
I mean,
already.
yeah, but you're...
I'm so nervous for that because I'm practicing like
What
every
is that?
day. It's
Nobody knows that is. You have
Okay,
to-
the carry-on is the bell tower at Berkeley. And you have to audition on piano because basically to play the bell tower, it's a giant piano, but the keys are pedals that you have to hit with your fist.
and it sounds like what? An organ?
Well, it sounds like bells.
It sounds like bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Wait, the keys are things you have to hit with your fists? It's that big?
yeah, so you have
Holy
to
crap.
be moving very fast. It's very difficult to play.
Yeah.
I know how to play piano and I played for a while, but I switched to violin pretty quickly, and so I don't practice it very often. I can play it.
Yeah.
Same with like guitar, you know, and I guess trumpet at this point. I can play it, but I'm not very good at it, and I've never auditioned on it. And so this will be my first piano audition. I have to know 2 songs, and I don't know about this one, Dad.
Why are you worried about it?
Well, I have to play a fast song and a slow song. One of the songs I've known since high school, but there's one part, I never finished learning it because there's one part that's really hard and I just haven't been able to play it.
Mm-hmm.
But
What song is that?
it's the Other Father song from Coraline.
Oh.
It's when the creepy dad plays the piano.
Yeah.
But he has robot hands in the movie, so it's a lot easier for him.
And you don't have robot hands?
Unfortunately, no.
I actually do have you playing it. Let's see what we think about it. That's Grizzly.
Yes.
Why does Grizzly not like your song?
Honestly, I think at this point he likes it. I couldn't tell before, but Mom and Grandma were pointing out that he doesn't walk away and he's not whining.
Yeah. So he's like
think
singing
he's just-
along?
I think he's singing along, but he also wants me to stop so that he can sing over me because as I kept playing, he just kept howling louder and louder. So
That's
I don't
pretty good.
know.
Yeah. Well,
I think he just has FOMO like with everything else.
like with everything else. Yeah. The 140-pound dog has to be involved in everything. So that's the song you're trying to play, though?
Yeah, it's one of them.
I mean, that sounded fine when you were going, but it's kind of the same
that's
thing
not
over and over again. That's not
and
the hard part?
That's not the hard part. The hard part is so bad, bro.
Yeah.
And then the other song, I'm learning a new song. I got about half of it, and then like the hard part, I got into the hard part of that one, which is like the whole second half. So I just don't know.
So when is this going to happen?
A week from Monday.
Okay. Well, are you going to buckle down and practice every day? Numerous times on the organ you happen to have in your room, in your apartment?
Yeah, I will.
No excuses?
The one thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to cancel it.
Okay.
If I'm going to do horribly,
isn't
I'm
the
going to
last
go there
opportunity you'd have,
and do
right?
horribly.
This isn't the last opportunity you would have, correct?
No. And there's a decal class, which is like a low stakes student run one, which if I do decide not to do the audition, it's because I can get into the other class without an audition.
Yeah.
But that class isn't posted yet, so we'll see.
Okay. I guess we'll see. Well, good luck on that.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm pulling for you. But I mean, the goal is not necessarily, I mean, obviously the goal is to get in right now,
Yeah.
but the goal is not thwarted if you don't get in right now.
Yeah.
The goal is really just to get in by the time you are done at Berkeley.
Yeah, I'm just,
Yes.
as a musician, I don't want to go in there and play like crap.
As a musician.
And, well, also just as a person who doesn't want to be embarrassed. But
Go Bears!
That's right.
it's frustrating that.
Just start with Go Bears
Go Bears!
and then finish with this.
Yeah, Berkeley is actually really great.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, okay.
you'll be okay.
Okay.
Right. But none of this. Don't be saying that.
Okay.
So you got Taekwondo.
Yes.
You got your belt, your piano
Carry on.
carry-on class.
Yeah.
You haven't even got to like stuff that's going to get like actually working towards an education. This is all this fun stuff. I'm proud of you. That's
And
good.
that's not even all the clubs.
Not even, right? You still
Yeah.
got softball.
Softball, choir, orchestra.
I'm exhausted already.
Dog walking, weightlifting, my job.
Yeah, please.
Um,
Yeah, like enjoy
and
all of these.
It sounds like a lot, but these are all like once a
Recreational
week,
things, yeah.
twice a week,
I'm very proud
alternating
of you.
days. So it's like one thing every day.
That's
or
very cool.
2 to 3.
Very cool. You're on it. You're on it.
And I'm taking only 3 classes this semester compared to last semester I
Yeesh.
took 5, and the 2 semesters before that I took 4. So I've taken a full course load up until this semester where I'm taking like the minimum, but I'm getting all my classes for my major done because
The bare minimum.
yeah.
Why?
Cuz I loaded up all my general ed classes, so I'm done with those. I think I have like one more.
Well, could you take another class?
Yeah, I could.
Or you just, there's nothing available?
I could take another class. The problem is that all of the classes I'm taking right now are like right in the middle of the day, and it was hard to find anything that doesn't conflict. And I want to do a bunch of clubs, but definitely like I'll try adding other classes because I was trying to add another like French literature class, but it doesn't fit, and so
Okay.
yeah.
I'm on board with all this, but let's guard against actually becoming Max Fisher.
Well,
But-
I think it's a little too late for that, Father.
I know. But no, it sounds very exciting, and I'm very excited for you. So we also had an adventure this week. We went to the Laker game on Tuesday, which was really, really fun.
And we had a family trip to San Diego.
We did, and we went to the Wild Animal Park. That was your mom's idea, and it was a good idea.
Yeah, we
for
did
Christmas.
the little safari tour. That was cool.
Yeah, it was really fun. And that was courtesy of your grandmother, Bunny, who sent us on the trip for Christmas, which is very nice.
Yep.
It was good in San Diego. What'd you think of the Cuban food?
It was pretty good, but I learned that I should always just get a sandwich because that's really what I want, and it's always going to taste better
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
than
We
just
got
getting
plates.
like the whatever.
We got plates
meat
because it was
with
more
rice and
dinner,
beans.
and we just should have got sandwiches for sure.
Yeah.
And then, but we were going to go to the Laker game on Tuesday, and we have seats. You know, I've had season seats for a while, many years, and we sit up at the top. But on the way there, we got a call that upgraded us to not just the lower level, but to freaking courtside.
The lowest level, bro.
Yeah, we were literally, row B behind the aisle that walks around the court.
There were only 2 rows in front of us, and one of them was on the court.
Literally on the court, yeah. So that was fun. What'd you think about that? Are you ever going to be able to go to a Laker game again?
Bro, I don't think so. I was so close to LeBron James. I was so close to him.
Yeah, you got to tell him that you love him like 2 or 3 times when he's making free throws.
Yeah.
And the
of course.
Lakers won, unlike tonight where they got blown out by the stupid crabby Suns, which
He
is
won
kind of a
for
bummer.
me.
Yeah, he won the game that we went to,
He
which is
won
good.
because I told him I love him.
I think you're right. It was
Yeah.
good.
And we got to see Schroeder,
Yes, from the
who
Raptors.
almost beat us, and that was, oh my
Yes.
gosh, that was terrifying.
Yeah, it was. But that was crazy. Like, I'll put pictures on the post, but that certainly was a wonderful, pleasant surprise. And that's the closest I've ever sat at a Laker game for sure. Me and your mother had similar seats for a Clipper game once that she had to remind me of. And then I had seats down in the lower bowl, like row 8 before, but that was just, I don't know, something about being a Laker game, being that close. It was pretty darn cool. Except for, it is weird how the seats they actually put us in, which are like fold out, cushy seats, but fold out seats, they really stick them pretty close together,
They're
right? It's
very
pretty compact.
cramped.
Like
Yeah.
you're more cramped in that row B courtside than you are if you sat up at the top in, the 300s like we normally do. Like you have more room up there,
Yeah.
but nobody cares because you're down
Yeah.
looking at the players.
I'll sacrifice all of my comfort if I can see LeBron James right in front of me.
Right. I mean, you basically had the same seat you'd have as you have for Cal basketball,
Yeah, basically.
which you watched. We didn't get to see them beat the Bruins, but they did beat the Bruins, which was
Yes.
pretty annoying. And then we watched them win a game last night too, where they came back from like 20 points down.
Yeah. And I got to see my friend Mez on TV. She was standing in the student section.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I guess old Mad Dog Madsen's bringing the Bears along pretty well then.
Go Bears! Yeah.
We won't make this too long because I'm already sleepy and I have to go to work tomorrow. And you have to get ready to pack to leave again. But you're leaving at 10 in the morning tomorrow-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And you're riding with one of your friends, my former player on the softball team, Mahima.
Yes.
But you have, as of yet, and it's 11 o'clock pretty much on Thursday night, have yet to hear from Mahima about leaving for Berkeley?
Yeah.
Are you
but
positive
to
that
be
she's going
fair,
back?
Like, I texted her like an hour or 2 ago,
Okay.
and she doesn't usually respond until like within 24 hours. So,
Okay, well, do we still
It's more
feel
my
like it's a
bad.
pretty solid plan?
yeah, I mean, last time
Well, it
I
might
talked
also
to
be a
her,
little bit her bad too, because like you're
well,
literally
I mean,
her ride.
obviously, but
Yes.
I should know what to
I mean, is this like a
expect.
generational thing? Do you people like just not,
I text on time, but it seems like most of my friends are a lot looser with
well, I
time
hope
range.
that you do have a carpool buddy to
If
ride up with
anything,
you.
she should be early because last time we talked about it, I said 9:30.
Oh, okay.
So it
Oh,
should
you
be
had already
fine.
sort of made arrangements.
Yeah, but that was at the beginning of break, so I don't know.
Is she gonna have a bunch of stuff to bring up?
Maybe. She had a suitcase when we came down, but so did I.
Yeah.
So, and I have a lot more than just a suitcase now, so we'll see.
Yeah. What else are you taking back?
Well, I'm gonna swap out some of my records. I'm taking up a few more clothing items, but I'm gonna send you back with a bunch to donate.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Like Christmas stuff. I'm sure
Yeah.
she's got Christmas gifts she's gonna take up too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. We are using my Christmas gift right now. It is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What is it?
A soundboard.
It is. It's a awesome Rodecaster Pro 2 that does cool stuff, like make little noises like that. And also, I can make myself sound like this.
Now, I have a evil dark voice of a dark lord.
Or I can be out here in an echo.
Or that's another dark one, I don't know.
I think this one's cool.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Now it's really high, but I don't know how much we'll actually have the ability to use this during a normal podcast, but I have it right now, so that's cool.
I could be a robot, so we have all these fun options.
But that's fun. I love my little soundboard. It's really cool.
I can tell.
That's just like the most basic things it does, but whatever. You have all your stuff packed or not?
Yeah. I just need to pack my plants and like whatever stuff I've been using tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, that's good. Do you have any other things going on this semester that that we need to like worry about? When's your first softball thing?
I think it's in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Is that when we're coming back up for your birthday?
No.
Or before that?
There's one before that. I think we're playing UC Davis.
Oh,
We're playing U of Oregon at some point. We're going to be over by Aunt Annie.
Oh yeah, going to Eugene.
We're in
on a road
Eugene.
trip.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy. Second road trip of the year.
Hopefully it's not a road trip. Hopefully we can just fly, but we'll see.
I hope so too.
Hopefully we
Come
keep
back
the
with the
same
same
amount of
players.
players that we went up with.
I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well.
And I should get my Cal softball backpack.
Oh yeah, we got to
soon.
get on that.
Yes.
Yeah, we
I'm going
can't
to get that
let that one
backpack.
slide.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Definitely send me a picture when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, this is the last bare minimum that we will do live and in person probably for a few months.
The bare minimum.
And then you might be going abroad
Oh yeah.
at the end of the spring,
To Paris.
which will be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to figure something out for that. But you looking forward to the semester, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I'm very excited, and I'm excited for all my classes,
Yeah.
but also just getting to relax a little bit with a lightened course load.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we took you to the courthouse yesterday, and you got to talk to two public defenders, a judge,
A clerk.
a clerk, a court reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to talk about a bunch of people work at the courthouse. Was that fun?
That was awesome.
Did you learn anything?
Yes, I did.
That's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. And we'll have to do that again too, maybe over the summer. But anywho, I'm excited for you as well. I'm very sad to see you go. It's been nice having you in the house, obviously. But
Yeah.
this is how it goes.
Oh,
So.
also, who did we see last night?
Who did we see last night? Oh yeah, we saw Michael and Alicia.
We played a game called Bonanza about beans.
Yeah, these guys.
I'm happy that UCLA won.
I'm happy that UCLA won.
Both those guys.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It's called
You get
Bonanza.
to
It's a card game
harvest
about beans. It was fun.
And trade. It's really funny. What's your soundboard doing?
It's all clicky.
Weird.
I think it was my Bluetooth, but I got it turned off. But anyways, let's wrap this up.
All right.
I will talk to you soon. I hope. I don't know when we'll do a podcast. Maybe we'll do one remotely or something. But good luck this semester.
Thank you.
And I love you. And we will we'll talk again. I guess I'm coming up with you tomorrow, so I'll see you over the weekend. So
for like 3 days. So
that'll be fun. A couple days. Yeah, we're leaving on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But cool. So until next time, Megan, what do we say?
Suck at Stanford and go Bears.
I think it's a reverse of that.
Oh, shoot. Go Bears and suck at Stanford. Yeah.
This is Maurice Jones-Drew, and you're listening to the What's Bruin Show.
California, here we come.
The bare minimum.
Go Golden Bears.
Berkeley is actually really great.
Suck at Stanford.
I can't wait to go back. I'm building such a community there.
Golden Bears. Golden Bears. Golden Bears.
Suck it, Stanford. Welcome to the bare minimum.
Well, hello and welcome to the Bare Minimum. I am your host, Jake Merrifield. I'm joined by my wonderful daughter, back up in Berkeley again, Megan Merrifield. How are you doing, Megan?
Go Bears!
Well, stop mumbling, and it doesn't sound like you're doing that good. Like, you had much more enthusiasm before the podcast, and now you just mumbled into the intro. What the hell?
Great, Dad.
Speak with purpose.
So awesome.
Okay, good. That's good. So you've been back up there for one whole day by yourself, and you seem to be going through the normal...
Like 1 3/4, okay? 1 3/4.
What do you mean 1 3/4?
Today?
A day and a half.
Yesterday.
A day and a half. A day and a half.
A day and a half.
Since we dropped you off and left you. Once again. It's very sad.
Like years.
It's always so sad. I know, right? But
I know.
I would like to remind you that you came home for Thanksgiving, and that was fun. You were home for like 4 days? A week? Were you home the whole week?
Yeah, it wasn't a whole week.
No, it wasn't. But then you went back and you did your finals, and that was very stressful and whatnot. Then you came home for finals, and like the first 4 days you were home from finals, you were like, oh, I miss being up there. I miss blah, blah, blah. I miss this. I miss that. You're all mopey or whatever. And so now you're back up at Berkeley after being home for a month, and now you're like, oh, well, I miss me. I'm all mopey. Blah, 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 blah. So let's hope that you adjust back to some sort of, equilibrium in a couple days, right?
Yeah, I will once I actually have class, but I don't have anything going on.
You had a very productive day today.
Bored.
Yeah, whatever.
I know.
So when did your first class start?
Because I don't sleep up here.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it starts tomorrow. My French class starts tomorrow at 11. Oh, tomorrow's my 2 French classes, so that'll be fun.
Yes. I need you to send me a picture of your windows if you can, like directly after a recording, because I bring this up because I might as well put this out there to the, tens of people that may be listening and say that you just mentioned your sound problem for, the entire time you've been in that apartment for about 6 months. It is right on it overhangs a not super busy street relative to where you live in Berkeley, right? A pretty quiet street, relatively speaking. However, there is a giant construction site across from you, right? It's not like you're on a main drag. It's for being on a main drag, it's a quiet street, but it's not really a quiet street because it is a main drag. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And you have a giant construction site across from you, right?
Yeah.
So, like today when we called you, we just heard very loud, beeping from the construction site, and it sounded like it was like in the room with you. And I was like, oh, Jesus, God.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I can hear the construction workers talking to each other. They don't have to be yelling. It's that loud, and they're that close to me. And then at night, I have the floodlights shining through my windows, so I always have to have the curtains closed.
Yes, and we have curtains to make it dark in there. And we've tried a couple of different things, like some foam board and things to try to dampen the noise. But, it's just all window. The whole side of that, both walls, or that whole wall is windows, basically. So, and
they're single paned, and they're not
they don't really close.
Not fully sealed.
The building was built in like 1900.
When I just closed my window for the podcast, a chunk of wood fell out of it. So that tells you how sealed they are and how much noise they're keeping out.
Yeah. So if anybody has any ideas for how to soundproof a 1910 building that's got windows that don't quite close and a construction site across the street, feel free to send me your ideas, because it's a thing. But whatever. You're surviving, and you have earplugs, and you do manage to get sleep at some point, right?
Yeah.
At least lie and make me feel better. You say as you yawn.
Yeah, I'm so well rested. It's unbelievable.
That's good. So anyways, we just did a podcast a couple days ago on the way up, and now that you're up and we're gone, we had a fun little weekend. So I thought we just mentioned some of the great things about the trip back up, and then move on from here. Number one, so you managed to drive from the house down here in Southern California back up to Berkeley again for like the second or third time. Good job, right?
Yeah.
Great work. I'm very proud of you. However, you're driving up. What are the directions to get up there? It's like basically drive up the 5 for like 4 hours and then turn left. And then it gets a little complicated once you get into the Bay Area. But somehow you managed to get lost on the 5 freeway?
Yeah.
Because you texted me that you were lost for like a half hour and you were like not even halfway up. So what the heck did you do?
Well, you organized the trip, so we stop in and out every hour and a half or so.
Yes.
And so I was just following that.
Good job.
It's nice to just get out and stretch your legs or get gas, because I get nervous about not having enough gas.
Yeah.
So at our second in and out stop / gas stop, I don't know what happened, but the road was kind of weird, and like I missed a turn, and so then I was like, oh, okay, I'll just keep going straight, it'll be fine, and then I can turn around at some point and get back to the in and out. That didn't happen. We ended up getting on a freeway going the opposite direction.
So you ended up going on the 5 south?
I think so.
Must have
Yeah,
been.
because I think we were still on the 5.
Yeah.
And that's why we were
Well, it's
confused.
literally the only freeway there because it's the big giant road and everything else in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
we were confused because I'm like, we're on the 5. What the heck is going on? But we were going the opposite direction. And then Mahima, I love her, but she cannot navigate. She's not the... she was not the most helpful co-pilot in that situation.
Yeah.
She was really trying, but we weren't really getting anywhere in terms of, can we just find the next stop? Because we were like, okay, let's just skip this in and out and we'll go to the next one because we don't need gas yet. And so then I was like, just try and find the next one that we're supposed to be going to, and she could not figure it out. And so then we eventually got off the freeway, and then I missed a turn like 3 more times and had to get off the freeway again. And it was like a whole thing, and that happened. We were stuck in a loop going the wrong way for 30 minutes.
Is this an appropriate appropriate sound? Is that your detour on the trip?
Yeah, basically.
I guess, this is, you're kind of setting back the women's movement years, right? 2 dames in a car. What's going to happen?
Bro.
Yeah. Huh?
There's only so much I can do when I'm driving. I had the next stop, and I was like trying to. I tried, and she tried, and we didn't really get anywhere.
Are you starting to understand the value of understanding what your directions are, north, south, east, west, and whatnot? Maybe a little bit.
Not really.
Not really. Okay. I would say that's your first clue. Kind of try to understand which direction you're heading.
Google Maps stop.
No. Oh, and that's the other epiphany that we had, right? We figured out that I showed you after the fact that you can look at the stops on an actual map, which makes it much more easy to understand where you're going next, right?
Yeah.
So you have that in your back pocket for next time. That's good. Okay. Well, the other thing.
That would be a lot easier.
Yeah, I think so. The other thing that we encountered was there was a lot of traffic and traffic accidents during our weekend of driving. The first one was you encountering like a 4-car crash that people went into the wall or something. What the hell happened, and approximately where was it at? Was it on the 5?
I think it was on the 5 because it was only half an hour or an hour into our trip.
Oh, yeah. Was it after you came down the big hill on the Grapevine or before?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I thought it was 4 cars, but I think it was actually 3. But anyway, so 2 of them had run. They were in the leftmost lanes. 2 of them had run into like the little barrier wall. And then the other one had also run into it, but further up after losing a tire. And it was just pretty crazy, but it looked like nobody got hurt because they were all starting to get out of the cars. One car had a newborn baby in it, so I'm glad they didn't get hurt.
Sheesh.
But we had to stop very quickly because it looked like it had just happened.
Yeah, and
get around it.
And you're lucky that you did encounter it before it caused any big traffic, just, for convenience sake. You can get stuck in it. That was your accident you encountered on the way up. Your mom and I, when we were coming up, a few hours later, ended up getting onto, I think it was 580, after the 5, and coming in right before it's split into 4 lanes. It's still a 2-lane road, and all of a sudden traffic stops about a quarter mile up ahead, and we were stuck for an hour. And unfortunately, really sad to see, but they had to airlift somebody out of the accident scene, which we couldn't see the scene from where we were, but once we passed, it was a van that looks like it ran off the road on the opposite side of traffic. Like, so the eastbound lane came across the center median, which was like a big grassy like ditch, and then flipped up over onto the west lanes and ended up rolling over and was upside down on the far west shoulder. So it was like, so I guess it was the far north shoulder of the westbound lanes. I don't expect you to follow all that, Megan, directions and all, but for the listeners, they can get that. But it was, unfortunately, it looked like a fatal accident. And so we were stuck there for like an hour, and when we passed by, this van was just crunched. So that was a kind of a bummer way to start the trip. But once we got up to you, we got there a little bit late, and then we had a nice evening. And then the next day, we were driving around doing stuff to fix your apartment. We thought we were going to get to San Francisco, but we never did, because we'll talk about it later. But we did do some things for your apartment. But then that night, when we went and met your wonderful friend Mez, and we all went to dinner together, on the way back from picking her up, then we're driving down just a regular residential street in Berkeley, which these are very narrow streets, and cars should not be going more than, 10 to 15 miles an hour on any of these streets. It's that small of a street. And somehow we passed by a Tesla that had managed to not go on its side, but completely flip over, and all the airbags are deployed, and it's on this little tiny street. And it was like the most insane accidents. I mean, I've seen plenty of accidents. I've seen cars flip over, and I've had cars on fire and all those sorts of things, but I had to pull over and stop and get out because this had just happened. And the guy that was out of the car, he had a black eye. Luckily, it wasn't more hurt than that. The airbags and everything blew up and deployed. And I think he got smacked in the face by the airbag. But he was hysterical, which is reasonable. And I don't think it was his car. And I think he was on something. And I think he probably went to jail, although we didn't stick around long enough to find out. But once the UCPD guy, or the UC Berkeley, or the Berkeley PD guy showed up, and then the fire department showed up, we got out of there. But that was crazy. I'll post a picture that your Johnny on the spot Mez took. It's a little grainy. It's through a windshield, but that was crazy. Like, what'd you think when you saw that overturned car in that little tiny neighborhood?
No, because it was really weird, because it didn't look like he hit any of the other cars on the
Which
street.
is nuts.
So it was just really confusing.
That was a miracle.
So, I mean, you were saying that since the Teslas can speed up so quickly, and it was kind of raining on and off that day,
right,
he probably sped up too fast and flipped himself over somehow.
I guarantee you it was because it was very slick, because it was sprinkling throughout the day, and the Tesla has so much power that he tried to make a turn too fast and managed to flip his car over. And I have no idea how he didn't hit a bunch of cars, but I guess we didn't investigate too closely. Maybe he did down the road a little bit, but it was a pretty insane single person, one vehicle accident. Like, that's about as crazy one as you'll ever see. I had one when earlier in my career, where a guy drove a Porsche off of a canyon wall, and it landed about 100 feet down and about 60 feet out, and he had to get airlifted out of there. Now, this speaks wonderfully to how great Porsches are, apparently, but he only had a broken rib, I think, and that was his only injury. But that wasn't his car either. He crashed his girlfriend's car, and he had been out partying all night, and was driving home through the canyons and drove off a cliff. But that was the other crazy accident, one of the other crazy accidents I've seen. And luckily, neither guy was hurt very bad. But this guy was very hysterical, and we had to hang out there until enough safety personnel showed up to where I wasn't leaving one guy stranded by himself to deal with, because the guy was big too. He was bigger than I was, actually. He was in a state reasonably reasonable to understand. And then we went to IKEA. Do we know what IKEA? Yeah, IKEA in Archaea. Went to IKEA in Archaea, and there was a lady there that was broken down in the parking structure with like a flat tire or two. So it was a very trafficy weekend for us. Although thankfully none of us were involved in any sort of accident. So I'm thankful for that. Smooth sailing otherwise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now you're back up there though. And we did get a couple things accomplished when we were up there. Number one, like I can see you, we're FaceTiming right now, but I can see you in your apartment, and it seems to be much more well lit than when we first got there. So that is something that's very good, right?
Yeah, it's pretty lit, bro.
Yeah. Because you had, when we first went up there, we tried to put up like a strip of LED lights to brighten up the room, and they are the crappiest LED lights ever, apparently. No light. And then you had one lamp in the corner, and you had like a 60-watt bulb in it. And then you had another lamp in the other corner, and you had like a 60-watt bulb on that. And when we say 60 watt, we mean they're LED lights, but it's the equivalent of 60 watts for old people who understand. You know, I can't speak in lumens at this point, but now, you know, the new kids, the cool kids are talking in lumens. But the equivalent LED of a 60-watt bulb. So not only do you have too few lamps in that room, and it's a pretty big room for a studio.
And that second lamp, I had only gotten in the last couple of weeks of school, so
I don't know how you...
Most of my time here, I didn't even have that.
No wonder you're all freaked out up there. It's like you could barely see in your goddamn apartment. I don't know how you got anything done.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel so sad up here, because it's dark by 4 p.m.
I did not understand that it was so dark up there. But anyways, so we went to IKEA and bought 2 lamps for like $12 each, a nice sale. And we bought 2 equivalent LED 100-watt bulbs, plugged those in on both sides, and then we put better bulbs into the lamps you already had, and now, you know, your apartment is #lit, right?
Yes, it is.
Much better.
I can actually see.
Gee whiz. So it's like, oh my God. So now the only problem is it's ridiculously loud. But at least you can see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think the sound is going to get any better, though.
I don't think so either, but you never know. I mean, and gosh, I mean, theoretically, you could be there for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Hopefully the construction's last 2 more years.
Like earphones. Oh, it's supposed to last until, I think, it's supposed to last till after I graduate.
You're kidding me, really?
Yeah, the construction's not going to be done for a few more years.
All right, well.
They're building the whole data science.
I swear to God, I had a good idea about the damn windows, too, and then I forgot what it was, and I told you to buy something, and we forgot.
I think it was just the curtain.
What the hell? It wasn't a curtain. It was something that had to do with a door, and we're going to modify it for the walls, but whatever. This is not important. The other thing we accomplished was we got you a charger for your computer that works, so that's good. I feel very proud of that. I mean, you know, I'm glad we finally got that done.
Go Bruins!
Yeah.
So you had been using, you have a pretty fancy Dan computer that we bought to go up there so that you could do whatever you need, like video games and work and whatnot. And you had been plugging in a cord into it for power that was supposed to go to a cheap ass Granada High School $100 flash computer that, you know, all that they issue to all the kids. So apparently that's not sufficient power for a relatively high-powered laptop, right? Yeah, it turns out when I got home, first thing I said to Molly was, hey, we need to gather up all these cords and compare them because we have the wrong cord for Megan. And she's like, oh, mine says Lenovo. I'm like, oh, that's great. So there you go. Molly had the cord.
I literally spent the last month of school using a freaking iPad with a keyboard to write my final essays and do my finals on.
I know, and
she knew the whole time.
Well, no, she didn't know the whole time, but she didn't understand that. I know I asked everybody to bring down their cords before. This is like 2 months ago, but
that's
you know,
tragic.
You guys don't listen to nothing I say. That's the problem.
Nothing gives me more rage than an iPad keyboard now.
Yeah.
It was such a miserable experience.
Oh, and you told me it wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it was just like, if I could have been using my computer, compared to a computer, it was rage-inducing because it's like, it has to keep, the thing that it kept doing was it has to switch from touchscreen to keyboard, and it's like, I'm like, smashing the, like, space bar.
Yeah, I feel you.
Not doing anything until I start deleting things, and then I have to, it's just very frustrating.
No, I get that. I completely get that. So I'm glad that we got that problem solved. I'm glad we got the light problem solved. Do you think your apartment is more livable now, and maybe you won't be going to the library every other minute of the day? Or I mean, obviously the library is good too, but
Well, I probably still will stay on campus all day, but
yeah,
it's definitely a lot more pleasant than here.
that's good. I'm glad. Yeah. So, and then you got
Me
your
too.
oven. I don't know if you made anything on it yet.
Yeah. It's fire, bro. I made pizza and I made a burrito.
Was there any noticeable
A
difference?
burrito that has 37 grams of protein.
I forgot about that. Was it any good?
It was okay. It was just there's that much protein because it's only chicken. It's completely stuffed with only chicken.
Oh, that's good. Sounds like a good burrito.
Yeah, it was fun.
All right, good.
I'm getting those gains.
Was the quality of the oven? Did it seem like it was pretty nice?
Yeah.
All right, good.
I don't have to. I only had to try it and cook it once.
Oh, okay. Good.
With my oven, it's like it's different every single time I cook things, so I don't know, I have to keep checking it. And then the whole entire oven unit gets hot, so I just have to be careful not to burn myself by touching anything.
Wait, that's the new one or the old one?
No, the old one.
Jesus, the whole oven of the old one would get hot?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Slumlords. What are you going to do? University apartments. What are you going to do? And of course, it's still pitch black in the stairway, right?
1943 living.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm texting your. Now you only have a handyman right now, so I got to text your owner.
Oh.
All right. Okay. Well, this is good. I hope you ingest well in the next couple of days. Get back in your routine.
Thanks.
Your school routine. You were doing so well. Right?
I know.
I know.
It's going to get better. I just have to, like I said, class just has to start. And the thing that's kind of stressing me out a little bit right now is that for the first week or two, your schedule's never set, but mine is completely up in the air with clubs and stuff. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just waiting until everything just kicks in all at once, you know?
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, and I hope you get into all the different clubs you wanted to get into. So
Me too.
So just so we can recap, coming in off of the summer, when you moved in, you were a little bit like this. And then by the end of the semester, coming home from finals, you were like...
Yeah, Berkeley is actually really great.
And now you're back to... But hopefully in a few more days, you'll be back to...
Yeah, Berkeley is actually really great.
That's the goal?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we'll cut it here, and then we'll check in with you once you get all your classes going, and we'll see how you are doing. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well, good. So this is fun. We did a couple podcasts in a week or two, or like within a week. So I'm sure all of our, like I said, our tens of fans are going to be really thrilled with that. But until next time, Megan, what do we say?
Go Bears. And suck at Stanford.